What's up, dudes? I'm Lady Universe, your magic geeky and nerdy, and welcome to a new episode. And today we're going to be talking about a Donny Cates classic in the image movement. For those of you that don't know, Donny Cates originally worked with Image Comics during his early career, and is now probably one of the biggest names in comic book history. He worked with DC, he worked with Marvel, and I think that he's still working with Marvel doing the Black King's saga of books. So we are going to talk about one of his early works, which is God Country. If you haven't read God Country yet, then God help you. No, it's serious. I'm just joking. But yes, this is a story about a man named Emmett Quinlan, and he is in a very, very bad shape. Because this book deal, and Donnie must have worked with somebody like a nurse, a doctor, somebody who has Alzheimer's, because he really taps into the potentials of what Alzheimer's can do to somebody, and how deadly and most dangerous that this disease can be. Um, I know I'm not promoted by this and whatnot, but I'm going to try, if I don't forget, to kind of like leave information about Alzheimer's in the description down below. And if anybody that you know is suffering from the deadly disease, um, then please, look for the information down below, get them help, help them in any best way that you can, and everything. And his son, and so in this comic, Emmett is suffering through Alzheimer's like badly, to the point that he can't remember hardly anything. He doesn't remember his own son, Ray. He doesn't remember his daughter-in-law. He doesn't remember his granddaughter. Um, and he even gets into a fight with the police officers during the beginning of the book, where he basically assaulted the police officers, but they don't arrest him because they know that he had Alzheimer's and whatnot. And they are trying to tell Ray and talk him down that, like, you need to do something with your dad because he's kind of a dangerous person at this moment, you know? And he said, no, no, I'm not going to do that to my dad or anything. He's like, I don't want him to be here with the family. But then Emmett comes downstairs, and that's when it becomes like a really dramatic tale. Because he starts yelling at Ray, he starts yelling at the police officer, he starts yelling at his granddaughter. He's asking where his wife is. I think his wife's name is Maria or something. Emily, I think it's Emily. And he's like, I want, you people out of my house. I don't know who you people are. And he's really kind of becoming violent, you know. And that's when everybody leaves, including Ray's wife. And Ray's wife said, I can't do this no more. She said, I can't deal with the stress of taking care of this older man who is yelling at me. He's yelling at his granddaughter, your daughter. And she's like, I can't do this at this moment. So she leaves for a short time. Then that's when this becomes a really cute and understanding family tale to something more bizarre. And I'm not making any of this up. A magic sword, yes, seriously, from outer space crashes into the house, and whenever Emmett holds this magical sword, he gains all his memories back somehow. And through that, he takes the sword and he hangs on to it because he wants his memories. He doesn't want nothing bad to happen to his family. He starts spending time with his granddaughter. He starts playing with her and whatnot. He starts, understanding Ray's and his wife relationship, the kind of things that they're going through. It's like he goes and he starts understanding everything even more. So then there's an alien race that gets involved in this, and the son of the king of the aliens goes to Emmett and actually has an understanding conversation with him, which is amazing. He talked to the little girl. He talked to Ray's wife. I forget her name. He talked to he talked to Ray, and he is not like a warpath creature. he's understanding. He doesn't want these humans killed or destroyed. He's understanding and he's being compassionate with them. You know, there's a moment where he's sitting down with Ray, and Ray said, "Listen, I just gained all my memories back. Like something plus memories. I think it was like 30 plus, 20 plus memories." And he said, "You don't know what this feels like to a person like me." And he's like, "No, I don't understand this disease at all." You know, and Donny Cates doesn't get into the science of what affects Alzheimer's or anything. He just says it. I think it's a quote. I'm not sure if I'm quoting it right, but it's like he says it takes away the good memories, which is a good summary of it all, you know, and everything. And the alien goes, "I would never want something like that in my life either." But the sword can talk. The sword is basically like Excalibur. It's like Mjolnir. It's basically magical, but it can talk, you know, so to speak. And so over the time, Emmett and the sword, I forget the sword's name. It's a really weird name. Um, it starts with an X. It's like a really weird name. Um, start cooperating with each other and talking with each other and actually understand where both of them come from. But the son of the alien sword says, "Listen, I gotta take this sword back." And Emmett tells him, like, "Screw off, man. This sword is mine, these memories are mine, and if you bastards want to take it from me, pry it from my cold, dead fucking hands." Because he tells the aliens, he says, "Come and get it." It's like, oh, he's not giving up his memories without a fight. So there's a lot of things that happens throughout and this is only 6 issues long, which really saddens me because it felt like Donnie, in a sense, like Mr. Case or Donnie, had to really go from where he was at the beginning of it, and it has a beautiful beginning and ending, mind you, but it felt like a little bit of it was like rushed. I don't know if that was intentional or not, or if it was planned to be 6 issues, but it really feels like very, very short in the long run. Um, the other issue to follow, like there's like an alien who basically the Lord of Death comes after he and his family, and it becomes like an Evil Dead Army of Darkness sort of parody story, Night of the Living Dead. And I was like, this is cool. This is cool. I liked it, especially since I own a copy of Night of the Living Dead and Army of Darkness. I was like, this is cool. This is cool. You know, I understand it. And even the sword kind of called him an idiot when he tried to attack the Lord of Death. Like, you don't know what you just did you? He's like, no, not at all. You just attacked the Lord of Death. That's not gonna work. But he ends up defeating everything, and he ends up going back to the alien's home planet to actually have a talk / showdown with the big guy himself, the king. And everybody, if we watch it, that they don't want him to go, and he said, "This is my destiny. This is what I need to do. So I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna talk to him, and we're gonna figure things out." There was a good moment in this where he had the sword and he's attacking. I forget who it was. I think it was the alien of death thing, and he goes into basically a flashback of when he had Alzheimer's, and he said the same phrase he told Ray, his granddaughter, his daughter-in-law, and the police officer at the beginning of the film. I think in like issue, I think 4 it was, and I'm like, did he just have a relapse for a moment there or something? Like, what happened? And he even apologized for, that happening. But then he realizes, like, through that violent tendencies, he can't let nothing like that happen again. And that's sort of one reason why he went to the alien planet. But then Ray talked to the son of the alien gods that took Emmett to the planet, and so Ray goes there as well. And this is a beautifully crafted scene by the artist of Shaw. I don't know his name. Geoff Shaw does a great job in artwork in this, really going through the beauties of an alien planet, but also the destruction of war and what it can cause. And this comic series, I'm not joking, legit made me cry at the end of this. A beautifully crafted story and a character that I cared about so much, the main character Emmett, I cared about so much. And at the end of it, I legit shedded tears. I was like, this is a beautifully crafted story. It is so damn beautiful, and the ending is what makes it all worth the while. I can't not describe how impressive of a story that this is. Now, I'm just going to show some of the artwork without spoiling anything, but um, it is the artwork. You can tell it's like very washed out, like it's very much like a brush and painting job kind of thing. But it is a very well and very beautifully crafted story to talk about the creation of the sword and everything. And the ending is just what made it so perfect. And even at the end of it, let me just go back to it real quick because I'm trying to remember. Ray reunites with his family, and the after the house is destroyed, the sword puts back together the house, and the family decided to stay there because that is their home now. That's where they know, and they do it and homage to Emmett. I'm not gonna say anything besides that and what happened with Emmett and everything, but the ending is what makes the series so damn impressive. If you haven't checked out God Country, I highly recommend it. It's not exactly full on like superhero action adventure story. No, this is a sad drama, almost like real life story, but with mythology thrown into the mix. I mean, it's like Donny Cates took what Dan Lee did for Marvel, taking characters that were superheroes that come from an understanding background and transforming them into basically this. And if he did that, then God bless him. And this is what really makes it so understanding. The story is great. The characters are likable and memorable. There are parts where it really becomes like you're starting to understand what Emmett is going through. You understand and compassionate with him because you know what basically he's suffering. He even tells you straight out in the dialogue what he's suffering from and how this makes it so unimaginable for him to basically go without his memories as he did. I mean, even in a moment where the alien god tricked him, he was so belligerent to believe that what was in front of him is what he needed. And even though the sword is telling him, like, this is a trick, this is a trick, this is a trick, Emmett just wanted it to be true because these are memories that basically he's long forgotten, you know. And the ending splash page of basically everything that has happened and what up to this event was really beautiful too. So everybody that worked on this book, really, this book, I'm surprised it did not get a Eisner Award. This should be an Eisner Award. The story is great, the art is fantastic, and the meaning behind it is so loving and memorable. So again, I do have to say, even if you can get Mark Waid here, a comic legend, as well as Brian Michael Bendis, I think that all of these guys are comic book writers. If you can get all these guys as comic book writers saying that this is a gorgeous story, and also artists, I think, as well on the back here, that they are saying, like, this is a story that we should get on here, like Brian Michael Bendis, Mark Waid. If you can get these guys to say that about your book, you know you got gold. And again, at the end of this, I just want to say, once again, if somebody you know, a family, a friend, somebody, is suffering Alzheimer's, I'm going to try to do my best to remember to put it in the link in the video, too, about it. Like, anything that I can find. Let them know they're not alone. I know that they don't understand and that they're trying to and that everything is just lost to them. Try to make them remember. Have them be united with you. Let them remember the good times before they have to suffer through the bad. You know? Because in their last moment, just like with Emmett Quinlet, you don't want to be alone. You want to be together with everybody. Even though Alzheimer's is a killer disease, like another one that we're suffering through today, just remember that they and us don't have to suffer through alone. So, if in case you're wondering about Alzheimer's, I will kind of put a link in the description down below. I'm not advertised by like a hospital or anything, but I'm not even looking for payment or advertisement through them. I just want other people to know that this disease exists and what we can do to try to help people in regards to understanding about it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Again, support God Country. This is very cheap on Amazon. You can get it for pretty much like $4. It's a good 6-issue series. I'm shocked that it was so short, but surprisingly enough, it's really damn good. So thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And this is Lady Universe signing out saying that, again, remember, some people may have Alzheimer's, they may have the bad, but let's try to bring them back to the good times that they can remember. And I'll see you guys next time.